It is a really nice day out, and we got a long way to go, so we're gonna get back on the road. What's up, guys? It's Jonah here, and me and my brother just drove 7 hours to get to remote Alaskan wilderness, where we'll be camping for the next 2 or 3 days without a tent or stove. So we're gonna have to build our own shelter. There's a very large difference between walking on a path somebody's already made and walking off of a path. Unfortunately, it seems like the majority of our trek to our campsite will be not on somebody else's path. It's gonna be through deep snow. Oh man. So our life right now currently consists of pushing our sleds instead of pulling them, because walk off the trail a little bit. Oh, there goes to knee level. It's very powdery snow, up to at least the deepest is about your hip. So we resorted to just pushing the sleds, and it seems to be working fairly well, so we're gonna keep doing it. We're about an hour in, and we haven't made very much distance. We still got at least 4 times the distance to go, so I don't know. We found a little bit of a path here, and it looks like it'll speed up our journey a little bit, but snow's still pretty deep, so it's gonna take a while, and it'll probably be dark by the time we get to our property, but we're gonna keep going. We just now finally made it to the main trail. We've been on this trail for a couple hours, and we have still got a lot of ground to cover, so we're gonna keep on trekking. We finally made it to the point where we're on the final trail to our property. It's been packed down luckily by some kind of snow machiner a couple times, it looks like. And you might also notice that we got new sleds. No more kiddie sleds, because those were too small and got snow in them, even though these got snow in them, because just off the trail, step off the trail, you got 3 or 4 feet of snow. So we definitely needed this upgrade of sleds. Maybe someone can tell me if I'm wrong, but these fat prints look like something like a bear print. Definitely not a moose. And not sure what a bear would be doing at this time of year up here, but looks like he went onto somebody else's property and not ours, so I'm not too worried about it. I think they'll get scared away from us anyway once we start moving around and making noise. But we don't really got the stuff to deal with bear. Hopefully they'll just spook and go away. We might have just had a major breakthrough in some of our transportation. This hill is downhill and we have sleds. They might not be kiddie sleds anymore that we used to slide down hills with. They are definitely sleds, and this is definitely a downhill slope. So I think we're gonna try to sled down this thing. Let's go. This is pretty unproductive so far. Holy, we're not moving. He's working on it back there.
Go, go, go.
I can't really propel us anywhere. Oh, wow. Okay, that did not work at all. I'm really disappointed in myself.
Well, we're not at the steep part yet. Let's go.
Okay, we're not at the steepest points yet, I guess, so. I give up entirely. It doesn't work with when I'm on it. I'm sad. Forget that happened. We're just gonna keep going to the property.
Come on. That's speed.
Yeah, painfully slow for how much ground we have to cover. So we're just gonna tow them. Okay, we've made it to our beautiful property, which has nothing on it except trees. And we're just gonna try to use the trees to make a shelter. We're gonna look around for some dead ones, maybe look for a flat spot to use as structural support beams, and just kind of make a little bit of a log cabin, but we'll see. We're gonna get a drone up in the air so we can observe the property from above. All right. So it looks like it slants. It looks kind of flatter here. I can't tell 100% though. Okay. So we just scouted out the area with my drone, and it seems like right up there, there's a flatter spot with some dead trees around it that we want to go use, but unfortunately it's right up this hill. Finally made it to our spot. Mike is starting shoveling, and I'm gonna get to work with our beautiful chainsaw and cut down some of the dead trees that are here. We got a few of them right just next to us. And this snow is pretty deep, so it's gonna take a while to shovel. Then we're gonna get some dead wood, get a fire going, and then I think we're good to go. Okay, let's get to work. That's pretty good. They'll burn and then they'll go away. thinking it might be splittable, but we'll see. Some of this bigger stuff probably. I don't know though. Deal with it later. Let's get a fire started. One of these days I'm gonna have to find a different way to start a fire than this, because these butane lighters don't do anything when it's cold. So we gotta warm it up a bit before we can use it. Right. Okay, we got a fire going. Now we just gotta burn it for like 8 hours or something. A lot of you may have seen this from Outdoor Boys YouTube channel. It's basically just building a large fire and just melting out a spot, and then you spread the fire around until you have a nice open area that's all thawed out and dry. So we've got a big fire going right now, and we're just gonna keep stoking it and then move it around and make a nice spot. We've been working like dogs for the past like 7 hours. It took us 5 hours to get to this spot, and we've been working on this for about 2 hours. So we're gonna go ahead and reward ourselves with some nice pastries, because we haven't eaten in about 6. Good.
I can tell why they have a lot of calories.
Sugar. Yeah, this thing's really good. $1.50. Cheaper than McDonald's apple pie. Almost about the same. We got double the firepower right now. Gotta get this whole area all shoveled and thawed out. We got a little bit of remaining sunset, so we'll just keep at it. Yeah, I cut a lot of wood, and we're running 2 fires right now. We got a lot of ground to cover still, and it's getting pretty dark now, so I think all we can do is just use the wood we have and try to thaw it out a spot. just like that, we got pretty much like 3/4 of a big tree all in one tote. So we're gonna transport it back to our camp. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right down the middle. Well, we just finally got all of our ground thawed out. It took about 6 hours after we got here, and it took 5 hours to get here, so it took us a lot longer than we thought to get this done, which it's been a learning experience so far. And we haven't eaten lunch and we haven't eaten dinner, so we're gonna get some hot dogs going right now. Oh, hot diggity dog. We got some hot dogs. It's a pretty low effort meal, but we've been working for probably around 12 hours straight, so we deserved a little break.
Mm-hmm.
Second hot dog. Boom. Tiger sauce.
Tiger sauce.
This is probably going to be with us every single trip, so might as well sprinkle it onto everything we eat. I got some comically large sized marshmallows here, which might be a little bit larger than my graham crackers, but there's nothing wrong with that. All right.
Gonna go well done each side.
It is what it is at this point. Oh my gosh, this thing is gigantic.
Check out your chocolate is.
All right. Oh my. Yeah, I've never had these extra large ones before, but they're a little bit too big actually. It's about 12 o'clock, and I think it's time we start setting up our tarp and some sleeping pads, because we need to get up pretty early and start working on our shelter tomorrow. So I think it's about time we go to sleep. It's about 12:30, so we got our tarp set up and our sleeping pads on it, and we got a nice fire going by the feet, which is going to go down to embers shortly, and we're just going to have a little bit of heat down there, soak it with the wood behind us, and just keep it going overnight just to get a little bit of warmth, because it's supposed to get down to -2 overnight. So it's unfortunate we didn't get a shelter done the first day, but we didn't really have a choice because we got here so late. We had to dry off our socks because we got really sweaty when we were trekking through all that deep snow, so basically our socks are all wet, and you can see them steaming. Don't know how long this will take to dry, but we'll see. Good morning. It is a balmy 3 degrees outside right now, and our fire went out last night because we were too tired to stoke it, so we need to get that going. And there's frost on just about everything we have here, and it is hurting my hand just holding this tripod, so I'm gonna get a fire started as soon as I can. Got my boots drying off because they got all frosty and frozen overnight, and the insides were definitely wet yesterday from sweat, so we got to dry them off quite a bit. Try to get an updated aerial view of our property. Alright, we got some bread dough that we prepared on our way here, and we're gonna try a Outdoor Boys strategy to cook it. We got a shovel, and just gonna plop it right on there. Alright, that looks like a done piece of bread. It actually looks really good. And, just gonna, well, we might split it into halves. Yeah. Just because. Take a, scoop of that. Smear it on our bread a little bit.
Blueberry pie filling. We saw this on Outdoor Boys as well, so I guess we'll give it a try.
That is really good. Just some blueberry pie filling on it, and it is like, I paid like $5 for this. I think Outdoor Boys has permanently changed my life with this recipe. I think I'm gonna have this every single time I go camping now. I think we're gonna have some more of that. All right. Looks great. So unfortunately, we spent the first night without a shelter, and there's not a whole lot of dead trees around this area, so we got to go searching for them. And we're gonna get a little bit of a shelter going using these 3 trees as a structural support. And so we're just gonna probably cut to the point where we got a lot of wood, because I don't got a lot of battery left. So I'll see you when we got a pile. It's been about a couple hours, and we've cut down a decent amount of trees, put them all in a pile, and we got a lot of shrub to put on our roof as a little bit of a shelter slash insulation. And we've cleared out the snow a little better, because we're going to use that tree, this tree, and this tree all as support beams for our shelter that we will be making the next few hours. So we're also going to go ahead and burn out this spot right here, because we don't want it to be too much higher than the other stuff we've already burnt out. While this is burning out, I'm gonna prepare all of the logs we cut down so that they're able to just be plopped right into place right behind these logs. Not to mention, when I'm getting these dead trees, it is a nightmare trying to get to them. This snow is just at least up to my knee on the first sink. Chainsaw just ran out of fuel while I was cutting this, so I think I'm just gonna push it the rest of the way. Got it. We spent the last few hours just clearing out this area by spreading the fire, and it's finally looking about done. And while all that's been happening, I've been going around and cutting down a lot of dead trees, and we've got a decent pile over there, but sun's starting to get a little lower and we're a little hungry, but we've skipped lunch, so we're gonna eat a snack. I'm gonna drop it for a second. Alright, we're about 3 hours into making this, and it looks alright, but I am surprised it took this long to get these logs here. I mean, this area was like probably twice the size I imagined in my head when we first picked it out. So we're gonna start it on the roof and see what happens from there.
Oh, hey. We didn't tie that one yet.
Word. All right. Already got like a resting thing there. All right, we've got the base frame for our roof done. Now we're gonna stack it with a bunch of pine branches. So let's get it. Okay, it's pretty late now, about 12:30 or so, and we still need to eat. So we got possibly one of the most fabled creations on this planet, the Shack Angus beef half-pound patties. We could have either chosen to get normal patties, but then I saw this and I couldn't take my eyes off it. So now we have some half-pound patties. I'm not really sure how this is gonna go, especially since we forgot our tongs. So we're gonna get them going here. All these things are kind of huge.
Wow. Holy crap.
Thank you, Shaq. Some fairly thick patties. And of course, they are frozen solid because it's like 3 degrees. But first, we need to get some oil going on the skillet. And it's frozen solid. All right, it's frozen shut. So I'm gonna have to get back to you when it's thawed. Well, this hasn't happened on any of our previous trips because we kept our food items kind of warm in our tent, but now our olive oil is just completely solid. So I think we're gonna have to wait a little while this thaws out. Olive oil seems good enough to use now, so I'm gonna put it right on the pan. All right, oil looks like it's good enough, so we're gonna put our frozen patties in, which looks like we can only put one at a time, so that's kind of unfortunate. That would be our olive oil going up in flames. It's been about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to put them on the patties. Using my tongs for now. It looked a little overdone, but nothing we could do about it. Cooking on a campfire because I'm not that good at it. But barbecue.
You want to take the first bite and tell us how it is?
You know, this looks a little sad. And the Shack burger certainly outsizes the average bun. So, yeah, it looks a little hot, but I may be starving, but I think it's pretty good.
All right. Well, let me put this down so I can have mine as well.
I think we're gonna finish off the rest of the buns with some honey, which should be pretty good once it thaws, because it's also frozen, as is everything else. Boom. Honey and bread. Oh yeah, it's good. It's like really late right now, probably like almost 4 a.m. and we're gonna try to get as much sleep as we can and try to leave in the morning. So there's our fire, keeping us a little bit warm by the feet, but up here it's not very cold. We got an opening in the back and it's letting all the cold air in, but it is what it is. It's still warmer than being fully exposed last night. So see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's actually not very bad inside of here, to be honest. Like, there's a few gaps that we can see now that it's daytime, and it's unfortunate that there's a big hole in the back, because I think the cold air comes down from the hill behind us and just drops down straight into our shelter. But it was not nearly as cold as last night, so I think this little bit of insulation kind of did a little bit of work. Our fire's still smoking a little bit, but I think we got to get our fire started and get some breakfast going. Some greasing in there.
Nice.
All right, fire's been going for a little while. And we've got more bread because I made like 4 of these things thinking that we'd be consuming them all the time, but we skipped lunch on both days. So we've just got more bread for breakfast this time around. Immediately got a piece of ash on it.
Early pictures. I say that's alright, right?
That's good.
It can be a little doughy if we need it to be.
No, that's good. It's not doughy. My filling's a little bit frozen this time, but I think it'll do.
See the ice frozen onto it.
Got a little bit of hot cocoa to go with our bread.
Alright, cheers.
Cheers. Well, I missed hot cocoa. Haven't made it in a while. And it gets rid of the ashy taste of all the flakes that go in it. Our campsite's been all cleaned up, and we've packed all of our stuff into our sleds, and it's looking like it's about time to go. We're gonna leave this shelter here because this is our property, and we're just gonna probably come back to it at some point. So, and I'm also curious how well it'll stand up to the snow and weather and whatever while we're gone, but you guys will probably see it in another video in the future. All right, it's time to start moving. Goodbye, shelter. You're pretty good. Oh, wow. Woo. That covers a lot of ground. We might even be able to go sledding today. Oh, wow. It hit him all the way down there. Yesterday, we tried to slide down a couple of hills and it did not work at all. But we've got a pretty flattened trail here because once you've been over something once in the snow and it's really cold, it'll pack down and it'll become a lot harder. Yesterday, this was all soft and we would just go right through even with snowshoes. But today it's all packed, so I'm gonna try to reignite my passion for sledding right now. Let's go. Oh yeah, oh no! Okay, this tree is my nemesis, really. Oh yeah. Woo! Yeah, oh no. Going off the trail a little bit. Come on. I'd say this is working pretty well right now. I like what I'm seeing. Heck yeah. Over the hill. Keep going. Wow. This is a great experience. This is so much faster. I think it took us maybe an hour and a half to get up this section before. Definitely happy that gravity exists now. Maybe not yesterday, but definitely now. Well, we made it to the worst portion of our trail. We should be able to make it to the car pretty fast. Well, I think that was our most challenging adventure so far, but it was a lot of fun. If you want to see more of these videos, just hit subscribe, and I'll see you next week.
See ya.